Welcome to Laboratory of Dreams. Welcome to the Lab of Dreams, your haven for enchanting stories that take you on a journey to magical realms. Here, we bring to life tales that spark the imagination and warm the heart. Our stories are crafted to be a delightful escape, perfect for listeners of all ages. Today, we're excited to present a special New Year story, the last page of the year. Set in the charming town of Bellview, this tale unfolds a mystery that brings a community together in a magical way. So get cozy, and let's dive into a world where magic, hope, and unity shape the future. In the picturesque town of Bellview, known for its grand New Year's Eve celebration, a mystery unfolds that captures the imagination of young and old alike. When the town discovers that the last page of their mystical book, the one that predicts the upcoming year's fate, is blank, uncertainty and excitement fill the air. Enter Nora, a clever and curious girl, and her best friend Casper, as they embark on an adventure to uncover the secrets of the last page. Together with the townspeople, they learn that their actions and unity have the power to shape their destiny. Join us on this heartwarming journey of discovery, tradition, and the true spirit of a community coming together to welcome a hopeful new year. In the quaint town of Bellview, nestled among snow-capped hills and twinkling lights, the air was filled with the festive buzz of the upcoming New Year's Eve. It was a town steeped in traditions, and none was more anticipated than the annual revealing of the last page of the mystical book known as the Chronicle of Bellview. This ancient tome, housed in the town's historic clock tower, held a page for each year, mysteriously written in advance, foretelling the town's fortunes. Nora, a bright-eyed girl with an insatiable curiosity, had always been fascinated by this tradition. Every year, she and her best friend Casper would join the townspeople in the square on New Year's Eve, eagerly awaiting the reading of the last page. This year, however, something unprecedented happened. Nora and Casper, along with a hushed crowd, listened as old Mr. Winters, the town's elder and keeper of the Chronicle, announced in a bewildered voice, "The page! It's blank!" A murmur of surprise and confusion swept through the crowd. A blank page had never occurred in the history of Bellview. What did it mean for the town? Was it an ill omen, or perhaps a sign of unscripted adventures to come? Nora's mind raced with excitement and wonder. She tugged at Casper's sleeve, her eyes sparkling with determination. "Let's find out why it's blank, Casper. There's got to be a reason, and I bet it's a mystery we can solve." Casper, more cautious by nature, but equally intrigued, nodded in agreement. "But where do we even start, Nora?" he asked. Nora's gaze turned to the clock tower, its ancient walls seemingly holding secrets of centuries. "We start at the very heart of this mystery, the clock tower. Maybe there are clues there we've never noticed before." The next day, with the town still abuzz with theories and speculation, Nora and Casper embarked on their quest. They explored the clock tower, poring over old records, books, and artifacts. The tower was a treasure trove of history, each object whispering tales of the past. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows over the shelves of dusty books, Nora stumbled upon an old map of Bellview. It was a map unlike any she had seen before, with curious symbols and markers. Her heart raced with excitement. "Casper, look, this might be a clue." Together, they examined the map, realizing that it marked specific locations in town, each with a symbol that matched those in the Chronicle of Bellview. It was as if the map was guiding them to pieces of a puzzle scattered across Bellevue pieces that could explain the blank page. Their adventure was just beginning. An adventure that would take them through the heart of Bellevue and its forgotten stories. Little did they know, they were about to uncover secrets that would bring the whole community together in a way they never imagined. The morning after the discovery of the blank page, the town of Bellevue awoke to a blanket of fresh snow, adding a magical touch to the already mysterious atmosphere. Nora and Casper, with the old map carefully rolled up under Nora's arm, set out to explore the first location marked on it, the Whispering Willow, an ancient tree on the outskirts of town. As they approached the Whispering Willow, they noticed something unusual: carvings in the bark that they had never seen before. The symbols matched those on the map and in the Chronicle of Bellview. Nora carefully sketched the carvings in her notebook. Could these be clues about the blank page? Casper wondered aloud, his breath forming clouds in the cold air. Maybe, Nora replied, her mind racing with possibilities. Let's see where the next marker on the map leads us. Their next stop was Bellevue's old bookstore, a cozy haven of books and stories. The owner, Mrs. Maplewood, welcomed them with a warm smile. When shown the map, her eyes widened in recognition. "Ah, the legend of Bellevue's Chronicle," she said. "You know, there's an old tale that the book's magic comes from the heart of the town itself." Intrigued, Nora and Casper listened as Mrs. Maplewood recounted the tale of Bellevue's founding, a story of unity and hope. Hidden in her words, they found another piece of the puzzle, a reference to a secret meeting place where the town's founders would gather. As the day turned into evening, Nora and Casper followed the map to various locations, each revealing a piece of Bellevue's history and culture. From the town hall adorned with historic murals to the serene banks of Silver Lake, where townsfolk would celebrate the new year, each place held a clue that connected to the Chronicle. The duo realized that the map was more than a guide to physical locations. It was a journey through the town's collective memories and traditions. It was as if the map was leading them not just through Bellevue, but through the very essence of what made the town special. With each clue they uncovered, Nora and Casper felt the town's story weaving itself together, like threads in a beautiful tapestry. But the biggest revelation was yet to come. A revelation that would explain the blank page and redefine the town's New Year's Eve tradition. As they headed home, their minds brimming with ideas and theories, Nora looked up at the starry sky and whispered, "We're close, Casper. I can feel it. Tomorrow, we solve this mystery once and for all." The next morning, with the town still cloaked in a serene layer of snow, Nora and Casper set out for the final location marked on the mysterious map. Bellevue's old community center, which had once been the vibrant heart of the town. As they entered the building, now quiet and almost forgotten, they were struck by a large mural depicting the townsfolk of Bellevue throughout the years, celebrating various festivals and gatherings. It was a vivid tapestry of community life, but something about the mural caught Nora's attention. "There," she pointed. "Look at the people's hands. They're all holding something, and it looks like pages." Casper squinted at the mural. "You're right. And those pages, they look like they're from the Chronicle of Bellview." Realization dawned on them both. The Chronicle wasn't just a book of pre-written fate. It was a living record, a collection of stories and memories from the people of Bellview. The blank page symbolized that the town had lost touch with this tradition, and with it, a part of their identity. Energized by this revelation, Nora and Casper hurried back to the town square. They gathered the townspeople and explained their discovery. The Chronicle needs our stories, our memories. The blank page, it's a call for us to come together and fill it with our shared experiences, Nora exclaimed passionately. The townspeople, inspired by Nora's words, began to share their stories, tales of joy and hardship, of festivals and everyday life, each a thread in the fabric of Bellview. As they spoke, something wondrous happened. The blank page in the Chronicle of Bellview, placed for all to see, began to fill with words, as if by magic. Old Mr. Winters, with tears in his eyes, whispered, "It's our stories that create our future. We had forgotten that." As the clock tower bell chimed, signaling the approach of midnight, the townspeople held their breath. And at the stroke of midnight, the Chronicle of Bellview turned its last page, revealing a beautiful, complete tapestry of words, a testament to the town's renewed spirit and unity. The town erupted in cheers, celebrating not just the arrival of the new year, but also the revival of a cherished tradition. The blank page had been a gift, a reminder that their collective stories and memories were the true heart of Bellview. As fireworks lit up the night sky, Nora and Casper watched, their hearts full. They had helped their town rediscover an invaluable treasure, the power of their own stories and the magic they held. The dawn of the new year brought a fresh sense of hope and excitement to the town of Bellview. The streets, once quiet and reflective, now buzzed with the energy of a community reborn. Houses and shops were alive with laughter and conversation as people continued to share their stories and memories. Nora and Casper, now regarded as the town's young heroes, walked through the streets, their hearts light with joy. Everywhere they went, they were greeted with smiles and gratitude. The experience had brought them closer, not just to each other, but to every person in Bellview. Old Mr. Winters, inspired by the events, announced a new tradition. From this year forward, he declared, we will gather on the last day of each year, not just to read the Chronicle of Bellview, but to add to it. Each of us will write down our most meaningful memory from the year to be included in the Chronicle. The proposal was met with enthusiastic approval. The townspeople embraced the idea of contributing to the Chronicle, seeing it as a way to keep their stories and traditions alive for future generations. As part of this new tradition, a special celebration was organized. It was a festival of stories where people of all ages came together to share tales, both ordinary and extraordinary. There were stories of young love, tales of friendship, accounts of personal triumphs, and even simple anecdotes of daily life. Each one a precious thread in the tapestry of Bellevue's history. Nora and Casper listened, enthralled by the richness and variety of the stories. They realized that every person had something valuable to contribute, and that these stories were the heartbeat of the town. The festival culminated in the unveiling of a new mural in the town square, a vibrant and dynamic artwork that depicted scenes from the stories shared that day. The mural was to be a living piece of art, added to each year with new images reflecting the town's evolving narrative. As the day turned into night and the stars began to twinkle in the winter sky, Nora and Casper sat together, looking at the Chronicle. "We did something really special, didn't we?" Casper said softly. "We did," Nora agreed. "But it wasn't just us. It was everyone. We're all part of the story of Bellview." The town of Bellevue had found a new way to celebrate the new year, one that honored the past while looking forward to the future. It was a tradition that would grow and evolve, just like the stories it cherished. Thank you for joining us on this heartwarming journey through the last page of the year. We hope this tale of mystery, discovery, and community has filled your heart with warmth and joy. Nora and Casper's adventure reminds us of the power of our stories and the magic they hold in bringing us together. As we close this chapter and look forward to more enchanting stories here at the Lab of Dreams, we invite you to unwind further in the soothing land of music. Our carefully curated selection of melodies is the perfect accompaniment to our tales, designed to transport you to a world of serene beauty and peaceful reflection. If you've enjoyed this adventure with us, please show your support by liking this story and subscribing to our channel. Your engagement helps us bring more magical tales to life and spread the joy of storytelling. Join us again for more journeys into the fantastical worlds of imagination and dreams. Until next time, keep the spirit of stories alive and let the soothing melodies guide you to a land of tranquility and wonder.